It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry News podcast on this Thursday, December 21st, 2023. 4 days till Christmas. So I'm done. I'm ready as much as I get ready. So looking forward to having a nice meal Christmas Eve. Amanda decides she's going to do a Christmas Eve and we'll do leftovers Christmas Day. That's fine. So we're going to do that. All right. Not a whole lot in the way of news today, folks. I was relatively surprised. A cruise passenger disappears in a rainforest. The World Cruise reality show. What? And of course, the Jubilee arrives. That and lots more live here at 11 o'clock this morning. If you're listening via the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. All the big guys, it doesn't matter. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. Today, folks, is National Fried Shrimp Day. Now, there is no mistake about my love of shrimp, but of all the ways you can eat shrimp, probably fried shrimp is my least favorite. Oh, I don't dislike fried shrimp, but I like it a lot of other ways. So, but it'd be a good day to go out and have some shrimp. And if you're like me and you don't particularly like it fried, then, well, have a shrimp cocktail. Cheat. That's probably what I'll do. Okay, the top story today, folks. Comes to us from Costa. Most guests on board cruise ships will take advantage of some of the well-prepared tours offered by the cruise lines while on a cruise. Others might venture into the nearest town and explore the local offerings. Not so for one passenger on board the Costa Fortuna, sailing to the Caribbean island of Grenada. Heyse Celine, a French national, sailed on board the Costa Fortuna, which docked in Grenada on Monday. Her cruise took an unexpected turn when she took a local bus and ventured alone into the Grand Etang Forest, a lush rainforest located in an extinct volcano crater. While the rainforest is well traveled and most people visit the park with local guides, Celine decided to do so on her own. According to Matthias Durrell, the French honorary consul in Grenada, Celine took a bus to Grand Etang in search of a waterfall, but failed to locate it. So she then was lost. She spent 2 nights in the mountainous terrain of the rainforest before being found. While she did have some cuts and bruises, the cruise passenger was exhausted when authorities found her. Other than a few cuts and bruises, she's fine. Now, the interesting thing was how she got found. After she realized she was lost and saw no signs of this waterfall, she managed to contact her daughter, who then managed to contact local authorities who quickly initiated a search party. He's talking about, trickle down. Besides the search of the forest, police had issued a missing persons report urging local hotels and Airbnb hosts to be vigilant for the 51-year-old. The French national was ultimately found in the Birch Grove area near the edges of the Grand Etang Forest Reserve. And actually, she was found with the use of a drone. Now, folks, I must comment a little on this one because all of you know I'm a solo traveler. And often I do things on my own in port, but usually I don't do fancy excursions on my own. I would a whole lot rather, if any of my guests when I'm hosting cruises would tell me they wanted to do that, I would try to find a group to go do it. There's safety in numbers, folks, even if you're getting lost. So I thought that was a little bit careless that she undertook a situation like that totally on her own. So I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad there were no bad stories from this, but I would highly recommend you be a little more careful when you're solo on a cruise. All right, I'll be back with a couple more stories after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. The next story this morning, folks, comes from Royal Caribbean. A 9-month voyage on Serenade of the Seas is more than just a global journey. It's also the backdrop of a new digital reality show captivating audiences on TikTok. Now, I post some stuff on TikTok, and I've had some good success on TikTok. One of my postings on TikTok had 2.6 million views, as a matter of fact. I regularly don't do that, but, I've done it. Royal Caribbean's Ultimate World Cruise, a 274-night journey visiting 60 countries, has become the latest viral sensation on TikTok since its departure from Miami on December the 10th. The extraordinary voyage has attached a diverse group of social media influencers, transforming the cruise into a source of viral content. I think that's awesome. From someone that's tried to, get the travel industry initiated into TikTok, I think that's great. And, clearly, I'll follow it, because I like to follow those cruises because I'd like to do one. I'd give anything to do a 9-month cruise, 2-month cruise, any of those. So, congratulations to Royal Caribbean and to TikTok and the TikTok folks. All right, we've talked about it ad nauseum recently. The biggest story out of Texas is the arrival of the Jubilee, and all the bells and whistles went off yesterday, and they shot the water cannons up in the air, and it got into port right on schedule. Last night they did the big hoedown party. I think it's great. It's a new boat, okay? And it's the first time anybody's going to sail on it. Okay, I understand all that, but I think it's getting a little bit out of hand. Anyway, the ship actually sails for the first time with passengers on the 23rd. So we're going to still have to go through this all over again in 2 days, because I'm sure that's going to be one of the lead stories on all the news sources. Carnival Jubilee sails, inaugural sailing underway. And I'm not making fun of that. You know, that's great. That's a beautiful ship. And it's a ship that I want to sail on too. So, and I don't know, I've tried to analyze why, you know, I'm not opposed to sailing on the Mardi Gras or the celebration, but I've just not been inclined to do it. I would like to sail on the Jubilee, and I have no idea why, but that's going to be done as soon as I get cleared up here to start booking some cruises. All right, that's going to wrap up the news portion of today. Told you there wasn't a whole lot of news this morning. So let's go see who's fussing at me in the chat room, or what mistakes I've made today. Notice, yeah, the audio's working. Passenger eaten by a 25-foot python. So I pointed out, what the hell's Hot Air Tom talking about? If that's the lady in Indonesia, that was over a year ago. I couldn't find anything current on a woman eaten by, or a person eaten by a python. Or is Hot Air Tom smoking? Never mind. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. How's things on the other side of the pond? There's Steve out in Kentucky. M's with us up in New York. Amy's here. Hi, Amy. Emily says, no fried shrimp for me. I know, you don't like good stuff. Or any kind of shrimp. How can you not like shrimp, Emily? Goodness gracious. I will pass. More shrimp for you guys. Well, I'm going to eat my share. I promise you on that. So, Masonella. Hi, everyone. Hello to you too. Glad you're with us. There's Dennis. Hi, Dennis. Mason says you're right. Thank you. Way to go, Chillie on TikTok. Watch your shorts on TikTok. Thank you, M. It was the shortest day of the year, and now something like I can't read it. The ancient Parisian celebration of winter solstice. Okay, when light conquers darkness, as days will now get longer. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I got to tell you something, folks. Last night, after dinner, and we do our little game thing, family. We get together and do crossword puzzles for a few minutes, just to, doing a family thing. Nate called, so I had to take care of some business on a cruise coming up, booking a cruise coming up, and I came back in the cave. I took my meds like normal. And again, normally I go to sleep reasonably early because I get up early to start researching for the show. I was wired. I could not go to sleep. I did not go to sleep until like 4:30 this morning, and I fell asleep for about a half hour until the cats came in and says, "What's going on, dude?" So I got up and fed the cats. But I was just wired. I couldn't sleep. I didn't feel bad. I felt perfectly fine. And normally the combination of the meds that I take puts me right to La La Land. Yeah, not last night. So I have a feeling that a nap may be in the offing very soon. Gretchen's with us. Hi, Gretchen. Are you all ready for Christmas? There's hot air. That was all my imagination. Lots of Facebook feeds about big pythons in Florida. So put pythons in a rainforest with a missing passenger. Oh, okay. So it was you were smoking something. Okay. I had no idea where that one came from. Hot air Tom. Love Bug is here. Ah, Love Bug. Glad you're with us. Voila, passenger eating. Yeah, no. Emily says I'm not a seafood person. I know, Emily, but you miss the finer things in life. If I knew that I would never eat shrimp or lobster or mussels or crab or any of those things again, I'd be miserable. Yalda night. Yalda night. Okay. Thank you, Dennis. I was absolutely not familiar with Yalda. That was a new one to me. Mason says, "Yep." Pardon the caps. Didn't mean to shout. Well, it's the problem, Dennis. As I get older, and I probably need my glasses changed. The print that comes up in the chat room is pretty small, and there's no way I can change the print, at least that I've discovered, to make it bold or make it, a larger size. So I'm sitting here staring down, trying to read the chat, and doesn't. I mean, I have it on two places, and small print on both of them. So anyway, Yalda Night is an ancient Persian celebration. All right. Well, we'll celebrate Yalda Night. How about that? All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. I'm glad to have all my Christmas stuff done. So work on projects today and tomorrow. So that's what's coming ahead. I'm actually trying to get rid of clothes that don't fit me anymore. I mean, I'm a big fat guy. I'm not going to lose this weight. If it's a 1X or a 2X, I'm never going to get in it again. So what the hell am I keeping it around in my way? So I'm going through and trying to weed out, all this crap that I'm not going to wear again because I'm too big. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. I'll be back same time, same channel tomorrow. Hopefully there'll be some more news. This was a very light news day. So, in other words, guys, come back tomorrow. We'll try to do better. So, as always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. You guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see everybody tomorrow at 11 a.m. Y'all have a great day.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, chilly chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.